speaker, that is Dr. Farid Ahmadi, SCOM, MCOM. The speaker, this short video will inform you about the complete profile and CV of Dr. Farid Ahmadi, MCOM. Please play the video.
Second IC People International Conference, Primary Education in Pandemic Era. The third speaker is a Vice Dean for Academic Affairs in Faculty of Education Universitas Negeri Semarang. He earned his Bachelor of Information System from Universitas Dianuswantoro, Master of Technical Information from Universitas Dianuswantoro, and Doctoral of Information Science from Central China Normal University. Experience as a secretary, chairman, and currently serves as a Vice Dean for Academic Affairs in the Faculty of Education. He has published several research in the last 5 years and become guest lecturer at Central China Normal University and Huangzhou Technology University, China. He became a research review and dedication of source of funding for the RPM Ministry of Research, Technology and Higher Education at the Institute for Research and Community Service in 2018. Also, served as an editor, journal, and trainer. Now, please welcome Farid Ahmadi, SCOM, MCOM, PhD from Faculty of Education, Universitas Negeri Semarang.
Welcome to this session, Dr. Farid Ahmadi. How are you today?
Okay, Mr. Arif, as moderator, thank you.
Good okay, ladies and gentlemen, yes, thank you, Dr. Farid, for your coming. The third speaker is Farid Ahmadi, SCOM, MCOM, PhD. His major is in the field of information technology systems, especially for teaching and learning. Now, Dr. Farid Ahmadi is the Vice Dean of Academic Affairs of Faculty of Education, Universitas Negeri Semarang. Dr. Farid Ahmadi will talk about millennial teacher in the pandemic era. Please, would you present your PPT file, Dr. Farid Ahmadi? Your time is about 30 minutes. I inform you to all ladies and gentlemen, to all participants that during the speaker three deliver or present their presentations, all participants are allowed to ask questions in English. Please write in the Zoom chat room and also write down your full name and your institution. Please, Dr. Farid.
Okay.
Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Arif, as a moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me to invited speaker in IC People Conference that organized by Primary Teacher Education Department, Faculty of Education, Universitas Negeri Semarang. Let me introduce myself. My name is Farid Ahmadi. I'm the one of the lecturer in Primary Teacher Education Department, Faculty of Education, Universitas Negeri Semarang. And I'm very excited to be an invited speaker here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be speaking today about how to be a primary teacher education in the COVID-19 pandemic. So today I will begin my presentation with a simple question for all of audience here. My question is just a simple question. It's about how have you ever imagined jumping out of a skydiving plane and discovering your parachute doesn't work? If you want to go to overseas like that, I'm sure that no one have ever imagined for this situation. Some as today, probably most of us never imagined the situation in the right now when we must live in the pandemic situation. COVID-19 virus is changed the way of life in the people around the world. So especially us as a teacher, students, and also a lecturer in higher education, I do believe that one of us imagine that someday schools must be closed 4 years and students do not attend basically in classes. Well, teacher must teach in front of monitor or in front of a computer rather than face-to-face in their situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the new era, an era which we teach should adapt with the pandemic situation, a situation which challenges every teacher around the globe. So, especially for primary school teacher, we should be adapt for this situation in pandemic era. So, however, although we are in unlucky situation, teachers are demanded to be more creativity, more innovation, and also we also have more overcome this difficult situation for unlimited creativity and innovation. Then here for the big event like IC People Conference, in this forum, I would like to discuss with you how to be a teacher in pandemic situation. Of course, how to be professional teacher in pandemic situation. Next, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So I have one question. What should we do in the pandemic situation? Okay, somebody said that very difficult to adapt the situation in pandemic. In my opinion, is the first rule about everything is we must consider the health and the safety, because right now kid safety is very important for our life, not only in of ourselves as a teacher, but also of our colleagues, and most importantly of our students, encouraging that health protocol is not negotiable. That means that health protocol is very important to support our life and so keep healthy for our life. Next. Next, please. Okay. Secondly, to be a millennial teacher in the pandemic era, I think we must pay attention how to deliver our knowledge to the students. With the appropriate learning model for our students. So before we decide to using the model, we should apply. Firstly, we must understand our student characteristic or unconditional real in our school. So I think we must take some question to the student. Do they live in the remote area? Do they have good computer abilities? If our students do not have computer skills, teacher must think to alternative learning models such as using YouTube for transferring knowledge, because it's there the most feasibility way. And if our students live in the remote area or do not have enough money to buy internet quota, using offline media like television, radio is right alternative to support our learning in the pandemic era like that. Okay, next please. Okay, thirdly, if you want to be a good teacher in the pandemic era, whether it's online or offline, whether it's YouTube, radio, or television, teacher, I think must have creativity to proper learning design for transfer knowledge to students. So if we want to be a good teacher, I think the teacher must have a good ability how to improve the media learning in the classroom rather than like online education or on online learning in this situation. Next, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in the picture we can see in the illustration that before we create a learning design, we must choose the present only the most important topic of as each subject to involve information overload. I think too many information in single presentation or in video will make our student more confused about our learning. Why? Because even if we create a very interactive media, even we create the interaction media between student and teacher, I think if we have the too much material, I think can be student more confused before got our learning, something like that. So the best solution is how to make the media learning simple, but can be improve the knowledge for students. So the more focus on the information you give the students, the more student can focus on what they are learning, what their material, what their design of learning in the classroom, something like that. In other hand, next please. Okay. In another hand, we can see in the picture that teacher must create a fun way for learning. Active interaction between teacher and student must be developed even with the face-to-face meeting. Involve students in their learning, ingest every moment of learning, and ask students to do their responsibility with the forcing them. So using in interactive learning, I think it's media to get students involved in the learning process is why to get student participation, and then they will be ingest to your class. For example, if you can use a media in which students can choose by clicking themselves what they want to learn, what they want to learn, what they want to study. Or like a quizzes, for example, if you want to choose a quizzes platform or quizzes application with a certain time limited to train student to be responsibility for this task. I think another platform can be alternative choose for platform media learning to support our learning in the classroom. Next, please. Yeah. To be a millennial teacher, I think one of apart from creating an innovation learning media, teachers should evaluate their learning media platform by asking to themselves. I think how do students responsibly to the learning process? How do teachers respond to the learning process? How to make a result of study to the process learning? I think if the evaluation result, if we found that unsatisfying answer, that a teacher then should be another platform for the next learning. For example, if we found the result of our learning is not good, I think we can change another platform for the next learning, something like that. So we know that a lot of several platforms to be alternative to support our learning in the classroom. That's point. It's not usual to do by a teacher, I think, but I think it's very important for the next learning more better. Like now in this conference, I see that a lot of students, primary tertiary education department, faculty of education, and I think that's the good point to thinking about how to develop the media learning to support our teaching. Lastly, next, please. Yeah, okay. We can see in the picture and based on this figure that teacher will be the best teacher if they join with us, with a lot of communities which support their professional work. I think such as research community like ResearchGate, media community like MPMP. We know that MGMP for Indonesian teacher can be one community to support each other, to support the quality of a teacher in Indonesia. And also as a teacher, you can try to open the website for update your knowledge. Like we can access naliti.com in Indonesia, and this website can try to improve our knowledge about the education. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the next slide, next. Yeah, in the pandemic COVID-19 changed everything, I think. It changed the way of learning. Thus, we must change our learning strategy to that students can still study for optimal result. And teachers should adjust themselves to student situation, whether your student have no internet connection, whether your student have not enough money to buy a gadget or internet data like that, and whether your student have a limited computer skills, teachers should be creativity in using various channels to learning processes, television, radio, and YouTube. And in the picture, you can see that a teacher have several alternatives to choose the media learning to support our learning in the classroom. Like vision broadcast, it also. Okay, next, please. Ladies and gentlemen, all of audience here, in talking about the 21st century learning characteristic, we know that it is very important the teacher set high standards. We have to be more practice. We have to be more open-minded to change. We have to be update knowledge about education, about learning, about media, something like that. And we are not a traditional teacher anymore. Yeah, we know that we are not traditional teacher anymore. We just stand in front of the class explaining the lesson, seeing the student not a human but object. We have to see them as capable, as equals, rather than just teach a team. We have to assist them in the learning. So I think the model of student center is very important to implement our learning in the classroom. So rather just explaining the lesson, follow it by assessment, let the students have more activities role. Give the opportunities to ask question. Give them to ask some question that difficult the students. So if we give the more time to students ask question and voice their opinions, I think that the student center can be implemented in our classroom, something like that. So rather than setting individual assessment, make them complete for the highest score, give them opportunities for collaboration to another students from learning groups. For example, if we have set collective assessment rather than individual ones, and it will teach them how to work with other to solve the problem. As we know that there are some model of learning like project-based learning, something like that. It will teach them how to work with each other to solve our problem. And we must change the focus for competition and collaboration between student, teacher, and another students. Okay, next, please. Yeah, talking about development of technology, we know that as a modern teacher, we must also master the technology. We can see in the picture, technology is always changes. 20 years ago, maybe might be personal computer with the most advanced technology at the area. So, but today we know that it's a gadget, a smartphone, and the popular in the world. So when we decide to choose the learning media, we must also choose a popular technology where everyone use it with its gadgets as such as a computer, laptop, and right now the computer and smartphone is most popular technology to support our learning. And we can see in the picture the development of technology is very fast to change year. Then next, please. Yeah, internet, smartphone, laptop are must-have items for teacher to create and smart learning in the pandemic era. Information and technology in the today's world that we have three components to using the smart learning like smartphone, internet, and laptop. That's just the point you can use in your learning model. So how to choose learning media in the pandemic situation? Next. Yeah, what's the solution to learning during the pandemic era? So how to choose the learning media in the pandemic situation? To choose learning media, we must consider students' characteristic and teacher characteristic and the support system. Next. Yeah, next. We have the option of learning media. To choose learning media, we must consider a student characteristic and teacher characteristic in the supporting system. As we know that we have online learning kind of online learning that we now asynchronous and synchronous learning can make our media learning. That learning must be created by elevate student motivation and interest for learning, especially for teacher primary school learning media should be designed interactivity. Next. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the platform we can choose, the best platform you can choose. That online classes fall into two categories, synchronous and synchronous. And then here, some virtual platform doesn't need to be downloaded. And what you do is only go to into website and active your account. That is, you can the platform. So there are 4 kind of platform in online education. The first is virtual classroom, and the second is interactive learning media, and the third we know online quiz like Quizzes, Google Form, and video conference like Zoom. Teams also have one of alternative to support our media, to support our learning in the classroom for our students. So to decide which kind of learning we can know about what need to do for learning, what the aim of the learning, and also with the basic competency of our students and our learning, something like that. Next. Yeah, this is just the picture and visualization for you to know about several platforms for virtual classroom platforms. We know that Google Classroom, Edmodo, Microsoft Teams, Joomla, Moodle, and Schoology. That's just the alternative for students to support the learning. That's next. Yeah, this is educational learning by video. You can develop the video using Adobe Premiere Rush, KineMaster, like InShoot. Also have alternative to support our media and to make video learning for our students. And also here is an example of interactive media. Next. Yeah, this is the sample of design online learning media using professional interactive design using Sway. And the result will be now that be more interesting because facilities in Sway are various, and the advantages using this platform, not only you have able to make more interesting media, but you can also make online quizzes, and because the software gives you the chance to create several database and make result of our learning to be assessment. And also to support your skill of computer, you can open my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, Farid Ahmadi, and to learn about all of my platform in media learning, you can open my channel YouTube, and don't forget to be like and subscribe, and you can update your knowledge using watching the YouTube in my video. Okay, next. Yeah, this is just the sample of interactive PPT that is the convert to be YouTube. Before you try to convert in YouTube, you can develop the media by PPT, and after finish using PPT, you can upload this PPT in channel YouTube if you have. This platform where you can make electronic book with multimedia insert, and you can insert voice, video, or information into your media. Next. Yeah, this is the sample for learning multimedia using Macromedia Flash. Next. And this is the sample of platform digital book using 3D Pix Free Professional. You can make electronic book with multimedia inside, and you can insert voice, video, or animation into your ebook and make your electronic book more better than before. Next, yeah, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is just the information about how to make a quiz and assessment application using Keyhot. And there are platforms for make quiz or assessment. Each platform has plus and minus, and you can do variation to make your quiz or assessment to be more interesting. And there are some feature and some facilitate to make a quiz and assessment application more better than before. Next. Yeah, this is another platform you can use to develop the quiz and the assessment application. Next. Okay, this is just a sample, and you can use for your support the media learning. Next, please. This is just a sample. So finally, I would like to say with all of audience here, no matter how to sophisticate the media use, online learning can only be maximal if their use is an synergy between teacher, student, and parents. I think there are 3 components to support the online media can be useful as well. The first one is teacher. Teacher has a responsibility to improve IT literacy, such as social media, learning videos, WhatsApp communication, like that, and parents and students to familiar with them. Need to make parents need to make active communication with teacher and directly children to follow the teacher instruction. And also students need to keep their motivation for online learning to have a better future. That's the point of this slide, that we know that which one are the most suitable to early learners, and a teacher, parent, and student should be cooperation together to support the media learning. Next. Okay, this is just utilizing learning website. You can visit this website to support your learning and to make your teaching and your learning more better than before. Before I end my presentation, next. Yeah, I have, before I finish my presentation, let me give a final statement that learn from yesterday, life for today, and hope for tomorrow. The most important thing is not to stop working every day, but every time and every day. And also, I suggest for all of teacher in Indonesia, especially in primary teacher education department student, to every day to improve your IT literacy and improve your skill about how to make media learning to support your learning in the future. Okay, thank you for your attention. We will continue with the discussion, and good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Farid. It was a very interesting presentation. Actually, I got many questions from the participants written in the chat room, but due to the limited times, I only choose 1 or maybe 2 questions. First question is that, Dr. Farid, from Ms. Dian Putri, is there any definitions of online education or online teaching, distance learning, hybrid teaching, and some other similar terms, Dr. Farid?
Okay, thank you for the question. In my opinion, is there a definition of online education, online teaching, and distance learning, like hybrid teaching and similar terms like that? So in my opinion, the first talking about hybrid teaching, I think it is an what to say, in educational model where some students attend class in person, and while others join to the class virtually from home, and then educator teach remote in-person student at same time using tools like video conference, hardware, and software. So hybrid teaching is the combination between online learning and offline learning. So talking about online teaching in the question is, I think online teaching is the process of educating other on a pure or virtual platform. So if you're talking about online teaching is the process of educating other on virtual platform, something like that. And talking about distancing learning, I think, in my opinion, is when students educate themselves without in the persons, interaction among peers on or on in structure, and distance learning is a form of learning since it almost always occurs over the internet. So that means that distance learning is refers to students educating themselves remotely and usually completed online by self. And distance learning can more effectively because student not have go to the school, but just stay at home and they can follow the distance learning, something like that, Pak Arif.
Well,
Thank you for the
thank
question.
you, Dr.
Yeah.
Farid. Actually, there are many questions, but our time is almost over. From Dr. Farid's explanation above, I can conclude that young teachers play an important role in current and future learning using increasingly sophisticated learning technology. There are many applications and platforms that can be used for the learning process. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we go to before we go to the fourth speaker, I would like to hand in a special virtual certificate to Dr. Farid Ahmadi as appreciations of his very great contribution. Please, certificate for Dr. Farid Ahmadi. Yes.